fucking with it right here with who I started with. Me something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, 8 Central Coast, mob and suicide. Always arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back. We're back on ChicanoTube. I appreciate all the raza that's already tuning in. It's Thursday, cabrones. It's the third week of April. I hope you're blessed. There's a lot to talk about all the time. I just been busy, man, smashing goals, doing things in real life, right? Getting healthier. I just finished the pinche 72-hour water fast, gente. 72-hour water fast. A lot of people recommend doing it every 3 to 4 times a year. They recommend you do the 72-hour water fast. Hace milagros esa chingadera. That's the reason that our ancestors never ate. If you think about this, raza, our ancestors, they never ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They never ate those 3 meals every day, and they never ate snacks in between. All we're doing in this country is eating a bunch of processed crap and just stretching our stomachs, man. That stomach is bigger than what it should be, the size of a fist, cabrones. So 72-hour fast, that's in the books. Let me tell you some of the benefits of that real quick. I'll bring you along with me. I'm going to go visit moms, man, hang out with the raza. And might go live even tonight from Chicano Studio. And there's a couple things you guys send me some clips on. We'll talk about right now, man. We'll catch up. The 24-hour mark. Once you get to 24 hours with the water fast, basically that gets you into ketosis. Now, 24 hours it resets tu pinche gut. A lot of us have bad guts. A lot of us nunca limpiamos el pinche estómago. 24 hours, okay? That's what it does. It reboots the gut. And then from 24 to 48 hours, autophagy starts. Autophagy, for anyone that has ever had chronic disease as far as the C in the family, okay? You know what I mean, the C, the one where they zap you, medio te matan a la chingada. You have to go again for treatment 1 and treatment 2 and treatment 3, and you lose all your pelo, you lose everything. We know what I'm talking about, right? After 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, the stem cells, all the old stem cells get flushed out of your body, raza. They get, and when I mean those bad cells, it rejuvenates the stem cells. That means those cells, those are the pinche cells, the ones que nos van a matar la chingada, right? 24 to 48 hours, that does. And then after the 48-hour mark on the 72-hour fast, the 48 to 72-hour mark is the hardest. The hardest. Why? Because the second night when you try to go to sleep, you can't. Your body is kicking so much dopamine inside your system. The dopamine that the body's kicking is because the body needs to give you energy in order to go find food. And now since it's eating all the stubborn first belly fat, second it's cleaning all the dead cells, your body, the cells that are hurting your body pretty much. After 72 hours, once you get to that magic number, boom, the whole immune system reboots. I'm done. Shit, now I could go back and eat to normal. But anyways, let's talk about my Mount Rushmore. I put up a Mount Rushmore. The people are like, Mikey, it's all cap. It's all cap. Oh man, that's funny, man. It's cool. I like the comments. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm gonna let you know, man. And if anyone is some kind of way and playing little childish games, teenager games, Billy, you better not talk to Bobby and all of that little playground sandlot games. I heart and I like every single comment. I don't even need to read it. If someone took the time to comment on one of my posts, I'm gonna heart it and I'm gonna like it. Aunque te gusta o no, that's how I get down. Someone took the time, even if they knock me, Mikey, you ain't shit. You never been shit. You'll never, whatever the comment is, right? I don't got the time or the energy. I got too much on my plate, right? If I had all the time in the world and I was just comadreando all day, then yeah, I would start a war with everyone, I guess, right? But anyways, I heart and I like every single comment. because they took the time to comment on my video. They took the time to comment on my post, whatever it is, right? I just heart and I like it. And that's as far as the thought that I put into it. So now you know my thought process, right? So I don't want some cabron to come to me or have an issue with me. Hey, you hearted a comment and that said this about me. Check this out, man. If you want to fall out with me over me hearting a comment on the internet, we were never tight anyways. We were never cool anyways. You're just looking for a reason to fall out with me. Plus, it's the internet at the end of the day. None of us know each other. All of us are just coming on the internet. The internet, for the most part, is fake. People trying to live through the internet is even faker. And for the most part, it's fake. It's just a little escape from reality, I guess, whenever you want to take a little break and jump on the internet like I'm doing right now, man. But I'm gonna go do what I always do, is I'm gonna go visit moms, right? Anyway, let's talk about my Mount Rushmore. Am I capping, gente? Am I capping? Because some people try to say this person, that person, this person. Check this out, man. Check this out. No one is going to be on my Mount Rushmore, okay, that's trying to hurt the youngsters, that's trying to come off as Billy Badass on the internet. None of that, right? Especially these cabrones that keep talking about loser activities, right? If you're just talking on the internet about loser shit, loser activities, and that's a real broad statement, but a lot fall under that umbrella, you ain't going on the Mount Rushmore. For what? No, my Mount Rushmore, I'll tell you what right now. My Mount Rushmore is going to be people that are trying to help people, trying to change people, the people that need change, the people that are like us. We grew up on the calles, okay? That's my Mount Rushmore. Again, not the cabrones that are just starting to start a war every single video. Their model for YouTube is starting beef, starting guerra, starting broncas. That's never going to be on the Mount Rushmore. You know, I'd have more respect for those pendejos if they talked all that shit because they want the views. But if they ran a fade, that's how I would have respect for those cabrones. They talk all that smack on the internet and run absolutely zero fade. They will not get off the couch for nothing. The only thing they'll get off the couch for is to go grab another bag of chips. So that's why certain cabrones aren't on my Mount Rushmore. The first one I had on there, well, I think from left to right, the AI app just chose what order it was going to put it in, and to put an LA Dodger on your boy a sweater. What do you think about that? I think it got that off of AC's photo and it put it on me. But it's Tony A. It's Tony A. You can't say Tony A doesn't have an influence, right? And on top of that, his mentality is trying to help the raza, trying to help the people. He'll tell you everything. His experiences, good and bad, and you can take it how you want to. But for the most part, he's telling you that so you don't make the same mistakes, man. He's an honorable man. He's a family man. I know some people are dropping in the comments, Mikey, allegations. If you're talking about those allegations, you must be barely jumping on YouTube. Barely. Like apenitas way. You don't even know that Tony A went through years of fighting that case for those allegations. And in the long run and in the end, got a verdict in his favor. And that chick, everyone now knows is a wolf ticket. She's a slippery chick that is just trying to set up traps for people, right? So some people were dropping in the comment, and I could tell that, oh, they don't really know the whole thing, because after he was done with that, he went on American Cholo's podcast with the paperwork, okay? Back then when people were a little bit friendlier to each other, but I think we're coming up on that one more time. But anyways, so Tony A is the first one. Boss. Now the second one from Tony A is Hood Stocks. Why? Well, of course he's an influencer. Of course, he's a really large channel, right? I'll get to me too. Some people are like, "Pinche Mikey, how you gonna put yourself up there, cabrón?" Blah blah blah. So I'll get to me. Hood Stocks también, man. Now, a lot of people will be like, yeah, Mikey, but Hood Stocks is in the hood, from the hood, pushing the hood, and blah 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 blah. I actually think Hood Stocks. I think that dude. I don't know him. I don't know Lucky, right, from Adam. We don't. We just we're talking about each other on the internet, I guess. But I'm a pretty good judge of mirando, leyendo los pinches libros. O sea, judge a book by the cover. I'm gonna say that he got a heart, man. I think that guy got a heart, and I really do want him to transition into full time podcasting. That'd be great because then he'll be able to come on more, right? But again, as some people say, well, Mikey, he pushes the line and all this other stuff. Man, so what? I always respect people pushing the line, but I'll tell you what, I believe he would still school down a youngster, like whether it came between choosing the streets, right, which is only going to get you to the Panteon where I'm at right now, or La Pinta. I believe he would still help a youngster and try to tell the youngster, you know what, you need to do better. We did all of that. You don't need to do all of that, right? And when I mean the youngsters, I don't mean the Edgars. Okay. The Edgars are young, right? The Edgars are young, but I don't consider them the youngsters. When I talk about the youngsters, I still mean the ones that are that have that stilo, right? That flavor, right? Real quick, it came across my feed. This guy, what was his name? Mystic, is it Mystic something? I forgot the dude's name, right? I forgot the dude's name, right? He was all blasted up, chubby dude, stocky dude, right? And it was either, I forgot his name, Mystic Mike or something, right? Anyways, he said, some of you need to join. He said some of you need to join a black neighborhood, right? And really what's happening, gente, is people do these little sound bites just to, get the push on the internet and then take advantage of the push by, hey, drawing attention to your brand. But those are the youngsters that I'm talking about. Those youngsters that still have that form of culture and cultura, right? Real quick, something else came across my feed, gente. Hey, hit that like button. Hit that like. I'm gonna get into some of the comments right now, gente. And then we'll get back to the Mount Rushmore. Okay. It came across my feed. It was on the American Cholo podcast, right? It came across my feed. It was a clip of one of the co-hosts, right, on the Boys podcast, right? And I think his name is Matt. I think it's Matt, right? That's he's all blasted up, or well, I think both Wedos are all blasted up, right? And it came across my feed, and it said, what did it say? Oh, that there was a caller, right? And the caller called in and said, hey, you're glorifying the pinta. What's the difference between you and a homeless guy? Right? Because the government is taking care of both of them, right? The one in the pen is 60 to 70 racks a year, and then the homeless guy almost averages the same. But what they mean is it's not a head count, it's just how much money, right, gets given. So there's like a general formula for how much a general formula for how much each single person costs to feed, shelters, house, feed, etc. Right? So let me say this about that, because that was an interesting clip. I could see a couple different perspectives. First of all, the first thing that came to my mind is the caller's perspective. I could see the caller's perspective, right? The caller's perspective is say someone is just mentioning stuff, right? Talk about, yeah, the 4 yard and the 3 yard and all, stuff like that, right? And when the caller hears, a caller in general hears something like that, right? um do you see how the automatic reaction when someone that doesn't know nothing about nothing, is not on the YouTube yarda, is not over here with the fierro, is not want causing riots and YouTube riots, and these tough guy stories, I did this and I did that and all this other shit, right? That's a real tiny genre on the internet, and it's on only in California. Do you see how a civilian can call in a podcast hear someone talk and automatically say, hey, what you're talking about, you should be ashamed of. I absolutely get that. Now I only get it now. Let me tell you this. I only get it now. I never would have got it in the days when I used to lace up my boots and hit the block every day. I wouldn't have got it back then. My mentality was different back then. It was like it was stupid and it was reckless. So I could see it the way the caller said, right? And the dude Matt, he got a little upset, right? This is on American Cholos podcast. The dude Matt got a little upset um because and then I'm gonna get into some of the comments right now. My bad, you guys. Vic Chavez, ACB chemistry, gnarly. Corco, that's right. With the wrench comes in. Okay, I appreciate you, Corco. Hey, that Get Low players, man, that was a slapper, right? Rob Lowe. Anyways, I could see that. That's what I want to say. I could see the perspective of someone just tuning in and being like, these guys are talking about something that, I mean, who glorifies it, right? That's what the caller thought. Now, let me tell you about how I see Matt, right, sitting there on the American Cholo podcast, and his response. Well, obviously he got a little upset, right? He got a little upset. Like, you're trying to compare me to, someone, let's just say, with mental health issues, and that the government's taking care of. Again, I don't know his financial situation, nor do I care. I also I also see this perspective. Us guys in California that have had that kind of background, right? That kind of background, the calles or whatever you want to call it, right? Um, to me, I say the Chicano comes out. Every once in a while, the Chicano comes out. The Chicano comes out, a Nese might come out, a Vato might come out, our own language that we have, right? The raza, Chicanos, and not just us, maybe other people. I don't know, maybe other razas are adapting that lingo, right? I can also see how that comes out just naturally because we're California guys. These people from other states are not gonna understand us in California. We're a little bit different. Anyone that's in another state, there is no disrespect when I say this, but you don't see it the same way that we see things in California. So the lingo um I get both perspectives, right? And that's what I wanted to say about Mohawk Matt reacting over to that caller. I get what the caller's saying. When you're just a civilian on YouTube, you just like watching cool shit, man. You want to see cool shit, cool lives, something entertaining, right? Because maybe you're off of work now. Shit. I ain't trying to watch nothing boring. I ain't trying to watch a pendejo that's all monotone or something exciting, right? I can get how they'll come in there, see a dude with a tank top, blasted up, talking about you ain't on my level. You'll never be on you ain't klecha, and all these words, and they're like, what the fuck is klecha? Right? They won't understand. So their reaction, the way they see things, is from a civilian standpoint. Now, when you hear that, though, you should take that into consideration too. Oh, wait a second. I got to put myself in this dude's shoes. How does he see things? That dude ain't from California. Maybe. I don't know what that caller was. And probably never grew up in it. Or it's kind of easy for those old mentalities to kind of still linger. But the reason I don't mention that, I got the members only strictly for that. 100%. You want to know all the tours in Vietnam, if you know what I mean. You want to know all of that. It's in the members only, because not all the time is it seen as that, but most of the time. And I'm not going to risk myself as a gang prevention specialist, as a minister, preacher, as a father, husband, none of that, coming on the internet and see me all like that, right? Working out is different though. I might do workout videos and something like that, but I'm covering everything up. Shit. By the time you guys see me, I'm gonna have everything all covered up. I just wanted to react to that happened on the on AC's channel. Because it came across my feed, man. Man, you guys cold today or what, man? What's up with the people? Picnic table arrangements. Mesas. Orale. Pinava. P Nava is oh man, that's crazy, man. That she was the most innocent thing on YouTube, and someone made her leave, man. That we should roll that puto up. That's what we should do. You know, whoever made Pinava leave, put a green light on him. Let's jump him. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The Chicano comes out. You can't help it. You know what I mean? I'm have to put on a jacket, man. Put on a jacket real quick, gente. All right. Pinava's pregnant. How do you know it? How do you know it? Mario Tactics. That's right, my bro. Oh man, I should show you guys. Damn, I think I'm gonna show you guys this protein I got. This new protein. Chinga. Oh, check out on the zapatos I got my son. My son's birthday. Damn it. Damn it. Check it out, man. Shoo! My son's shoes, Rasa. Check it out, man. He's gonna be sporting these. That's right. Okay. I had to grab a fierro to open this stuff up. Give me a second, ente. Audio tactics. Do you guys still mini right on the calles? Mini right? What does that mean, cabron? My bad. It doesn't. It's not registering, cabron. What does mini right on the calles means? I'm on the calles every day, bro. I'm in the same neighborhood I've been in all my life. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm here, man. And uh, damn, check this out, gente. Whew. This is from Gary Brecka, the dude that Dana White says changed his life, gente. This is a protein powder que es de aquellas cabrones. Expensive as hell. Oh, this ain't no GNC $70 shit right here. But it's non-GMO, gluten, soy, free, paleo, keto friendly, plant-based, 100%. Trying to put the best shit in my body, man. All that processed stuff is garbage. Let me grab my jacket, gente. What do you think about those classics, though? I never liked the Reeboks, the green ones. You guys like the green Reeboks? Okay. You know the green ones? I didn't like those. I thought it was too wide. I don't have like a wide pinche pata for one. So I never liked the green Reeboks, but I like the classics, the blue ones. You know what I mean? With the blue soles. See, they got the blue soles. Check it out. That's the blue soul right there. Shit. That's for my son, man. My boy, he's turning 13 tomorrow. We're gonna take off to LA and Mexico this weekend. So just been living life, man. Sometimes you gotta just get off the internet and live your life, man. The internet, it's cool. It's a hobby, man. It's cool. I like the raza. I like the community, man. Let's get back to the Mount Rushmore. ¿Qué más? No, I just had to put on the jacket, man. Chinga. Yeah, yeah. Do I got the llaves to the yarda? Yeah. All right, you guys still. Big Chava said I couldn't wear that. Are they too narrow, bro? Because those blue ones are real narrow, man. And I got my son those white ones. The wifey, she's the one that said, "Oh, he needs some white ones." I'm like, okay. Right here, let's go. I couldn't wear that. That's right, Big Chavez, man. You wear what you wear, cabron. Shit, don't matter now. You know what I mean? You know what? Let's talk about that real quick because a lot of people are talking about. I think I'm gonna change that photo behind me. Gee, photo mamona. See if we can put a better one. I like that one. At least it says Chicano right on top of my head. Okay, let's talk about that, man. About people wearing the Cholo clothes, right? From the 90s, the 80s, maybe even from the 70s. I'm not saying I know the origins of the pinche ropa, but someone was talking about, hey, there's an influencer, and this influencer, he was dressed up as a cholo. I've heard other people talk about certain things like this. Like I've heard Bozo on a podcast talk about that kind of stuff. That issue. I don't even know if it's an issue. Let's just call it they're wearing clothes, right? They're wearing cholo clothes. I don't know. I think about that differently, right? First off, I'd love to be able to break the stigma of that people wear something, it's a signal. Because back in the 90s, when you wore that kind of clothes, you were giving off a pretty clear message like, bring the problems to me. I want all the problems that you got. I want all the smoke, they say now, the youngsters, right? So to me, that clothes was always a trigger, right? Because we're all, a lot of us, a lot of times we're on foot patrol, right? Back in the 90s, and we would just walk everywhere, right? No more bikes. The bikes were for kids, but now we started walking everywhere around town. So when I see people with jeans and shorts and wearing whatever, right? Stussy, Anchor Blues, or whatever kind of clothes, right? Um, that was cool. I was like, okay, cool. But when I saw someone on the same block walking toward me and there was certain clothes on, right? And you know what I mean, the Cholo Clothes. That was a signal. That was like, this dude wants problems and a half. Quick fade, quick scuffle, depending where he's from, and keep it pushing, right? So I hope that we get to a point where they break the pinchy stigma. Let all the youngsters wear all the Charlie Browns they want, man. What the hell does that matter to you? You know, um, it shouldn't matter to you what the hell the youngsters wear. If they want to wear that clothes, man. We need to stop banging on each other, man, and just let it go. Let it go. If the skaters want to wear Bens, let them wear Bens. Let it go. If someone else, the Asians, or want to just wear whatever, just let it go, man. That's what I say. Don't try to put the raza in a box all the time, in a box. All we end up doing most of the time, because the tribalism is in our DNA, is going after each other anyways. You know what I mean? We need to stop all that. But yeah, Big Chavez says the Pendleton, that's right. Now the original Pendleton though, because a lot of people get Pendletons on Amazon. Okay. The original Pendletons ain't on Amazon, cabrones. But I get it, it's cheaper, right? Oh man, it's cheaper. Give me a second, Ante. Just give me 1 second, all right? Huh. Oh, my bad. Corco draw security, man. I'm still pressing the 874 wine. I still get Stafford's weight. Matter of fact, my son just hit me up like last week for a white shirt. I had to pull out one of the crispy ones that I hadn't even wore. It was in the drawer, just folded, and I gave it to my son. And that thing was like, when I pulled out the Stafford, cabron, it was so bright, cabron. I was like, whoo! It looked like I was on the moon or on the sun. That was how bright the Staffords are. So I still like those shirts because it's quality, right? Here's the thing, though. I wear my size now, 50 weight. Still rock derby jackets, attitude is total. Yeah, that's right. And I was the first podcaster that came on the internet, Raza. Um, Probably trying to do something fucking positive, right? Like I look at my life and ain't no one holding me down, and I flipped it, turned it around on them, and but still with that estilo, right? With that Chicano estilo. Now I was the only podcaster that said this though, bro. I was the only one that said, don't get it twisted. There are two different things. One is the Cholo culture. Okay, that's just people that want to bang. Bang all you want then. Go. One time a youngster told me like this, "Oh, I'm active." And you know what I told him? Well, what are you doing on the streets? Just kidding. No, I'm not kidding, but the youngster didn't take it bad. I was just like, I didn't get that because what was the point? You know what I mean? The neighborhood, the ops are all there all the time. They're in their block all the time, patrolling all the time. You don't want none? Oh, I get it. You want to get a trade and go to college and all that? Good, good. Okay, so just to show them that word don't mean shit, man. It don't mean shit. So yeah, the Cholo culture and then the Chicano culture is different, cabron. Right? We got to keep that torch lit because they're trying to put, you ain't gonna put a Charlie Brown on Cesar Chavez photo, man. Don't ever Photoshop that shit, okay, gente? I'll be mad. Not the creas. They put a Charlie Brown on Cesar Chavez, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, cabrones. The all white K Swiss back then were fire. I know which ones you're talking about. They were pretty crispy, cabron. The Swiss was like it was like a Tommy Hilfiger color label. I never had them. I never wore Swiss, and I'm just keeping it real, right? I'm not trying to say anything of how people dress. I never wore Swiss. I never wore Adidas. Those Adidas shoes. I never wore Filas. To be honest, I only wore Hush Puppies, black. And we're talking about. I guess I'm talking about now as a teenager, right? Hush Puppies, black. Cortez. I like the white ones. I used to have the white Cortez without the slash. It was just the holes. They just had the holes in the Cortez as the slash mark. And of course, I had the blacks. So those are three pairs, and the blue classics. Most of them were low top. Low top. And I'm gonna be honest with the people right now. You know why most of them were low top? Because as we were growing up, like Wack said, I forgot Wack 100 said this to either the hater world or someone, right? He said, don't act like you guys amongst yourselves never said F and then the Mayats, right? And that we never said, and he's talking about Whack 100 amongst ourselves, F the Mexicans, right? Don't act like that never happened. Okay, yeah, of course it did. That's not shit that's on the internet. That's that shit that they'll try to cancel you for now. I get that, but the reason we never wore high tops is because we were told as youngsters that belonged to another culture. High tops. I remember, and these are some serious dudes that are saying these things. And I was like, okay. But again, that's all programming. That's crazy. It's all programming. ACB chemistry. We should go fishing, Mikey. Check this out. Last time I went fishing, bro, I went to look this one up. California Resort. California Resort in Temecula, California way. Look this one up. California Resort or California Golden Resort. It was an RV park. HCB. I went to an RV park with the wifey's cousin and the husband, and we were the youngest cats there. The rest of the people had white hair. We were only two people, me and the wife's prima's husband, Fernie. We were the only ones that had black hair. Everyone else was retired PD, detectives, or lawyers, right? Cool little thing. And then they had a little lake inside of there. Shit. We didn't say a word, bro, for like 2-3 hours. I had the little Bluetooth on old school. I think we were playing old school SOS band and all that. And it was a vibe. I didn't catch shit, but I could sit out there in the water, bro, for days. For days. You know what I mean? Let's go back to the Mount Rushmore, man. I think we're kind of digressing now. So the second one I put is Hoodstocks on there. He has the influence. Nuff said. Nuff said. Okay. And then let's talk about American Cholo. Of course, American Cholo has a really, really loud voice. You can't deny it. I never have. Never have denied it. Absolutely. Period. And if you didn't know, I talked to American Cholo on the phone. I did it. I initiated the everything because it's time to do some grown man shit. You ain't gonna be talking about La Raza and then every other video you got a beef with someone. That ain't gonna happen, man. People are just gonna know. Now, I'm not saying people aren't entertained by it. I'm just saying that people are gonna know that that's that bullshit. That you should just run a fade every time you have a beef with someone and you drop a video about them, but you don't want to run the fade, so the people know that's all fakery. 100%. We should go fishing. That's right, cabrón. Vario Tactics says, my boss still wears Ben Davis to work. Triple OG. That's right, cabrón. Triple OG. Is that, there's a Triple OG that is a fitness dude, right? It was a fitness dude. How do those channels, what do they do on the channels? They just work out? I feel like doing some kind of little workout videos, man. I got more cut up way after the 72-hour fast. I should post a before and after, you know what I mean? The 72-hour fast, man. I got way more marcado. But bro, yeah, break that stigma, bro. Ben Davis is at Work World. Ben Davis I believe, is out of San Francisco, California, right? That company was made for the iron workers, man. All the pinchy iron workers wore that clothes. They want durable clothes. It's work clothes. They don't want pansy clothes, pinchy skinny jeans that rip. And well, of course, they didn't have that back then, but you know what I mean? Damn, some of those jeans are so tight. I feel like it's just stopping the blood from flowing to their legs. That's crazy, man. Triple OG. That's right. Hey, shout out to OG Triple OG, man. Shout out to him, man. He's living his life, man. He's living his life. You know, I know that people want him to come back and the YouTube yada. I haven't been on Chicano Street TV in a minute. I think I posted over there when I was at In and Out. Yeah, I did. Like last week, I posted on there In and Out, which they put one in Salinas right in the community, and we actually have our own exit too. You know who came one time too? Food News Network. I think his name was Flyboy Inc. And he rebranded on the Tira. And he's been on TikTok because TikTok pays, man. And I heard TikTok pays pretty good. He actually exited and right into the hood where the In and Out is. And he dropped the, what is it called? The gift bag. This is Food News Network. This is like months ago, last year for sure. He dropped like a gift bag right behind Los Altos. If you know, you know, on the corner of Kern and Market, Los Altos restaurant. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's Max. It's Max. It's not as good as Zacatecano, but it's Max. He got off and he dropped off right there. That's the last time I was on Chicano Street TV, man. Of course, we're talking about the tattoo artist, but he's just, es un desgraciado. He doesn't have no shame, you know. He's just gonna play it off. You could be anything on the internet, man. You know, you don't have to pay as long as you're what's it called? Have the thick enough skin, right? Just ignore the comments, right? Or the ones that say, you know, you slept with the little girl or whatever. I don't know. Chicano and Cholo is not the same. Yeah, what I'm saying, Vic Chavez too, is because though it'll be a flyer for an event and it'll say Chicano. It's a Chicano event. It's a Chicano event. And then all you see is bald head and lokes and Charlie Browns and hush puppies and you're like, damn, this is there's no Aztec dancers. there ain't no there is no selling indigenous, you know, artifacts. There's none of that. And they're calling it a Chicano event. And I'm like, you know, I wouldn't bring Cesar Chavez here, you know. It looks like uh it looks like 18th Street, you know what I mean? So call your event 18th Street party, but just leave the Chicano out of it. Again, I'm not uh hanging on a hill, dying on a hill over that topic. I'm glad I brought awareness. That TikTok got like fucking 180,000 views. Um, it just came out on the live, you know, from Chicano Studio. Yeah, gente. Tomorrow, let's get back to the Mount Rushmore. But real quick, tomorrow's my son's birthday. He's turning 13. We're gonna go to Disneyland. And then after Disneyland, we're gonna go to Mexico, gente. So I just been just that kind of stuff, man, going on, and I'm just glad, man. I'm blessed every day. I have nothing to complain about, not a mother, nothing, man. God has been good, and we'll get back on the grind. I already got 2, maybe 3 confirmed for the May town hall. I already got those, okay, and one of them might be one of your favorite podcasters. Sas. Jojo Gamer Cats, what's up with you, cabron? Think about how many cans of starch you went through. I I never used starch, bro. I didn't. You know why? No one ever taught me to use starch. Now that I think about it, but the iron was always on, right? So it was that was the bands, not really the Dickies, but the Weddles used those a lot. The skaters did. You know, they kind of use those things, right? They use Dickies more, but it was the solos. It was the FB counties or FD or FB counties. Um, the solos, I said, of course, Levi's, etc. Right? And the Levi's you get in every color. You know what I mean? You get black, you get the blue. Oh, anchor blue, silver tabs. Those are always hitting, man. Especially those kind of baggy, dark blue anchor blues. Woo! When they say we're going to a house party, which is like a house party, house music, not a cholo party, we would dress differently. You ain't gonna go in a fucking house party full of people that are just vibing. You know what I mean? I mean vibing. Good people. These are people I went to school with. You ain't gonna go in there with 4 Charlie Browns, gente. We did things a little bit different. There was a time and a place, right? When we had to what we considered suit up back then. But go in there with the blue silver tabs. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. The black leather jacket. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? So no starch way. I never used starch, man. But the ironing board was there. You know, one time the SWAT came in. Should be a members only story. I had a Vicks vaporizer, just with Vicks, right? Just I was sick as a dog, right? And they decided to hit my pad, right? I was a teenager. And they came in like 7, 8 deep. I mean 7, 8, 9, 10 deep. And I had the Vicks vaporizer in the room giving off nothing but vaporu smoke. And as soon as they kicked in the door, bah! I remember get down, all that shit. And then I heard one of them on the radio said, possible meth lab. Oh man, I remember when I got to see you and I told one of the partners about that story and we were laughing together, man. Possible meth lab. Cabrón, I was sick as a dog and I had a vaporu fucking machine that was like plastic clear. You just plug it in the wall. I don't know what it would do, but it would release vapor rub fucking, cuz to help you, right? Breathing and opens up your congestion. And the dude said I had a meth lab. Pinche way. That was funny, man. SD40 says pagers and party lines in the 90s. Absolutely. The codes you'd have to put on there. There was codes for everything. There was codes to let you know ops are somewhere. There was codes that let you know go meet at ground zero. I ain't trying to give the whole fucking playbook away. But this is something that they'll never get restructured again because now everyone's now they just bang online. They just bang online, but pagers and party lines. And the party line, that was the first time I heard Pyru. I remember that. I never heard Pyru until in the 90s, and it was the party line. And Pyru. And I said, what? I didn't even know what that was, man. I just knew that, okay, we're connecting with people from everywhere. That's why they're all everyone on the party line we were on. I don't know if there's different ones, but we're all banging on each other. So it wasn't even a party line. The ones we would jump on were banging lines. Compton Band says they're finna put me on Mount Rushmore. You know what? Let's talk about that. So American Cholo, of course, has a huge voice. You like them, you hate them. Anyone on the internet, well, that's on you. Well, shit, that's on you. Fucking unsubscribe. Why you even subscribed if you don't like the fucking dude? That to me, that's mental illness. Why would I want to fucking stalk someone I hate or someone I don't like? I just think that's too much time on your hands. Okay. Focus your energy somewhere else. Be productive. This space that we have in California ain't for everyone. This is only for the brown community. I mean, well, it's for everyone, but mostly who comes on here is the brown community. That way they understand the lingo, the California talk. All right, let's go ahead and go on to me. Why is this cap? Why did I put myself on the Mount Rushmore? Why? The reason I put myself on the Mount Rushmore is I think I can assist also in gluing this thing back together where it fell apart, where Tony A used to go on AC's channel. Where, give me a second, Hente, hold on. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Let me see. Give me a second. Testing 1 2. Okay, you can hear me. Where Lucky can go on everyone's on whoever he wants channel, and it's really the noise that gets to us. The noise that everyone around us, and why are you doing this and why are you doing that, and you can't do this and you can't do that, and like I was getting a lot of that noise too, like da da da, like and you better not have him on and this and that. And then, well, fuck, man. If you don't like it, fucking unsubscribe. Go somewhere else. Kick rocks down the road and shit, man. This is a California thing. This is a West Coast thing. This is a Chicano thing. This is a brown thing. It might not be for you. Go watch fucking a cooking channel or something. But the reason I put myself up there is because I believe I could be of assistance to glue this shit together. I talked about a podcaster summit here, West Coast, California podcaster summit. No one needs to bow down. No one's gonna bow down to nobody. Come on, you got nothing but alphas, anyways. When you put all alpha males in the room together, who's gonna bow down? Nobody. So that's the first thing that you got to understand, right? No one is looking to bow a knee. Well, what we do is we jump on a live together, and on the terms of this, if you accept the terms and jump on that live, automatically it's understood. You know what? That shit that was in the past, it's done. It's under the bridge. It's done. It's over with. Well, only thing that counts is here moving forward. If it's something that have to do with bad blood, then stop talking about it and let's just get in the ring and we can handle it. But if it's something that brewed on the internet, we look like idiots. Hey, let's get in the ring because of the internet. I could imagine me telling my wife, "Hey, honey, I'm gonna, run this fade, meet someone at the gym tomorrow." Why? What happened? Well, it was a comment. Well, the guy hearted a comment. He hearted something that was talking shit about me and all of that. You know what I mean? That's how you know who the fakers are. Someone will drop a video on you, and when they drop a video on you, go in the comment section, and there you'll see the fakers. What I say fakers is people were just looking for a reason to throw you under the bus, and they were just waiting for the opportunity. Right now, I understand being a weirdo. I get that 100%, man. I get that 100%, right? But if it's not that, and we've met in real life, and the connection was real, and it was like, hey, it's all love, then why isn't it all love? Oh, wait, because of this. Oh, wait, yeah, because of that. You're just waiting to flip. Cut it out. You were just waiting to flip. So that's why I put myself up there, gente. I don't come with these games. I don't got issues with nobody. I don't got time for that shit, man. I really don't got time for that. I'm taking off Disneyland and we're going to Mexico. We'll be back, cabrones. We'll be back in the studio. Maybe we'll run one live tonight. You never know. Compton Bam says they need a black man. But again, this is, just a little space that we got right here, cabron. We're doing our thing, Compton Bam. You know what I mean? We're doing our thing. You know what we do. Chavez knew Mexicans didn't accept Chicanos. Check this out. I seen Si Se Puede podcast. Shout out to mi hermano Si Se Puede. I still call him that. He's Si Se Puede. He's Si Se Puede. But I get it. He has his reasons, right? I seen him say, "Are Chicanos safe in Mexico?" Bro, I've been to Mexico already. This year is like once a month. You know what I mean? I go to the motherland a lot. I'm walking around, same flavor that you see right here, cabrones. Same estilo, same flavor. You think people are tripping on over there on the internet? Shit, in Mexico, they got to get up, get on the bus, and hustle at 5 a.m. If not, there's no frijoles, way. There's no frijoles. So Chavez knew Mexicans didn't accept Chicanos. I don't even think he saw a difference. Again, Chicano being a subculture that sprung up definitely has its own entity. But as far as the blood goes, unless you're cut, watered down, you know, I mean, we're Mexican, right? I jumped on Wayward Son's TikTok yesterday, gente. I jumped on his TikTok. He was live, man. He was talking about they're trying to ban him and they've been knocking down all his posts. Wayward Son knocking down all his posts on TikTok, and that his lives, yeah, puts everything right. Numbers are down and all kinds of stuff, right? The thing about Wayward Son is people get Wayward Son twisted, man. They don't understand how where he's coming from or what his message is. I'll tell you what his message is, man. Basically, Wayward Son is telling us, gente, you've already tapped in, and I mean, not telling us particularly, but in general, Y cae el chaquetón, whoever's going to hit, right? Excuse me. He's telling us you've already tapped into your American best life, your American dream life. You're making dinero. You have a business, you're making money, um, all of that good stuff, right? He's saying you've embraced America and you've done all that all of your life. And all Wayward Son is saying is, but you're mixed, right? You're half and you're half. So since you've embraced one side of it only the whole time, which he calls the colonial side, a lot of people, right? They call it the the post colonization side and all this other stuff, right? Which is true. I'm not saying it's not true. He goes, well, that's half of you. What's the other half? And then when he brings that to your attention, Wayward Son, he says, what's the other half? Now he's telling you, well, why don't you tap into that other half? Where's that half from? What are those roots? What are those customs? What are those traditions? What is that? That'll complete you. And I think that message goes over people's heads because they say, oh, victim mentality. Oh, you're just a victim mentality. Oh, you hate the United States because he's bringing up stuff that's true, but not in the history books. I've never heard him tell a lie. Never heard him tell a lie. So shout out to Wayward Son. Gente, we're gonna wrap this one up, man. Let me read some of the last comments. Georgie says British Knights. Yeah, those are bad, cabron. Those are bad. I never really wore those Reebok, but you know which ones I'm talking about? The black and white ones. Those black and white Reeboks. Those are the ones that remind me of the BKs. Comfortable as hell, I'm sure. They looked it. They look comfortable, but I never had it. Triple black. I got the Air Force Ones, the black ones, and they're triple black. I guess my daughter started clowning. I'm, oh, you think you're but something because I got the Air Force Ones. I'm like, what the hell? I went looking for black low top shoes. That's what I found. You know what I mean? It was funny. My daughter was clowning on me because of that. The Salinas OG just stepped in the building. It's one of the members only, man. Shout out to you, carnal. I appreciate tu apoyo, way. Tomorrow's my son's birthday. Salinas OG. Ya va a tener 13. I'm going to have nothing but teenagers now. So, you know, I'm getting almost middle age, cabrón. The good thing about having them young is you're young with them, right? We're going to take off to Disneyland. We're going to eat at Goofy's Kitchen, which is like the buffet where all the cartoons walk around. Man, that's the life for me, man. Shit. You fuck around and find me in Goofy's kitchen. And fuck around and find these goofies on the internet. Just being goofy, you know what I mean? But back to the Mount Rushmore. Well, that's done. That's done. Mount Rushmore's done. Last comments, man. Before I head out there. Winos, Chucks, Wallaby, Stacy, Adams. Damn it. California Western governor. That's right, out on the politics. I know the politics. We got 3 people already confirmed for the May town hall. I'll tell you that. English leather cologne. You know what? It was always Cool Water, but that was just my favorite. Cool Water. That was my favorite. It was just the everything. Como se huele, güey. Ese pinche cologne had pegue. You know what I mean? Cool Water, one bottle of Cool Water would last me years. So as a teenager, I might have only had two. Every day wasn't a Cool Water day. You know what I mean? Reebok and Cortez only. I stand on my blackness. That's right, Compton Bam. Hey, you do you, pinchy Compton Bam. You know what I mean? Handle business, cabron. You already know what it is. It's nothing but respect over here. You're gonna fucking find us over here, getting into any kind of little viral clips where we act dumb, stupid. You ain't on my level kind of shit, or starting race wars. The fuck does that? On the internet, it's not really a race war, so just keep it real. Because some people do videos, is it spilling over on the streets? Wow. What? Well, you gotta have something to talk about, I guess. I don't know, man. Oh man, I'm way behind in the comments now. Some vatos wear jealousy cologne. You ain't lying, man. West Coast Graffiti told the truth. I think he's on TikTok. We'll wrap it up with this. West Coast Graffiti told the truth, and he said everyone was cool with each other until the numbers started getting up there. And when the numbers started getting up there, the fileros came out. The fierros came out. I don't know. Gente, I'm going to wrap this one up. My Mount Rushmore, again, I stand on it, man. I stand on it. Other people were saying, include him, include that. No, we ain't gonna include no pendejos, man. But hey, how about this? Everyone do their Mount Rushmore, I guess. Let's start, keep the trend going. I drop my Mount Rushmore. You guys drop who you guys want on your Mount Rushmore. I'm out, gente. I appreciate your time. And it's time to start this fin de semana para your boy. Okay. I might take the microphones. Maybe do something on the go. Maybe do something at Disneyland, cabron. Maybe do something in Mex. I'll take the microphones, or maybe something on the road, on the road. You know what I mean? That's right, Big Chavez. I'm out, you guys. All right. Hey, hit that pinchy like live on ChicanoTube, live on Chicano Street. We'll see you guys coming back on Monday for the Monday night show. I'm out. Remember what we always say, cabrones? Remember what we always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.